Hey everybody, I'm back again, and today I'm going to talk about AI generated content, but in a different context. Uh, Now you've seen my previous videos where I talk about how I dislike using AI to generate written content, right? I think that as a writer, it should always come from within you. It should not come from a robot or an AI chatbot, whatever you want to call it. Now, I do offer services to rewrite AI generated content. People will hire me to rewrite content for ebooks and web pages and sales pages and so forth. And I'm okay with doing that, no problem. Uh, in a way, it's even easier because you see the AI content, and then in my mind, I think of a way to humanize it with a conversational tone, and it usually works out well. The clients are usually happy, no problems. But lately, I've been getting a lot of requests to rewrite AI generated academic content. Academic. Now, this is a much trickier situation for a lot of reasons. Okay, first of all, let's just talk about the how immoral, unethical it is, for somebody to hire somebody else to write or rewrite their academic content. And these aren't people who are in grade school. No, these are people who are like PhD level graduate students who are generating AI content for their research papers, their like application letters and things like that. And this is like really advanced stuff. Like the terminology is even above my head. I can't understand it because I'm not a PhD student. I never was. I'll admit it. I have a bachelor's degree in business, but I'm not a PhD person. Uh, so even if I were to attempt to rewrite this kind of academic content, PhD level content, it's not going to work out too well. And let me tell you why. I mean, aside from just trying to understand it, well, here's the problem with just rewriting academic content in general, aside from the unethical nature of it. AI uses certain terminology, advanced terminology. And when I attempt to rewrite AI content, the way I do it is I use a conversational tone to dumb it down and try to make it more sound more like a human, right? That's why I use a conversational tone, right? If you humanize it that way, it doesn't sound like an AI chatbot generated it. It sounds like a human wrote it, right? So that's been my strategy for humanizing AI content, and it's been pretty effective. My content usually passes most AI detection tools, so I haven't had any problems. But if I'm trying to do this to on an academic, if I'm trying to rewrite academic content in the same way I rewrite other kind of content, uh, it's not going to work out too well because I'm going to end up changing the advanced terminology to simpler words, and that might impact the meaning of the entire sentence or the entire paragraph, right? Because I've looked at some of these assignments that people want me to rewrite, and yeah, I if I were to attempt to rewrite it, yeah, it would probably change the meaning of the whole thing, and then I would get bad reviews for not doing a good job. But I'm just like, okay, first of all, just think about this for a moment. PhD level students are not doing their work. Let that sink in for a moment. These are people who are going for doctorate degrees in medicine and all kinds of things. And if they're not even willing to do the work to get the degree, what's going to happen when they're actually, working a high level job? Are they going to use AI to get them through that as well? Maybe they will. I mean, maybe this is the future where everything now is relied on AI or is relying on AI. Uh, I don't know. I don't rely on AI. I mean, yeah, I have fun with AI and make silly video content for my pronunciation videos, but that's nothing. I don't use AI for my actual work. Uh, so it's kind of sad that PhD level students would even, use AI and then hire a human writer to rewrite the AI content. I'm just like, why not just do the assignment yourself? Like these people are willing to pay hundreds of dollars to rewrite like 1,000 words of academic content for their research papers or whatever. And it's good money. It's tempting. It's really good. I get tempted a lot with the offers they give me, but it's like I know it's not going to work out because if I rewrite it again, aside from the unethical aspect of it, if I rewrite it, most likely it's not going to be at a PhD level, right? And not only that, the meaning of the sentences are probably going to change because in my mind, I have to decipher what this advanced, you know, terminology is, what the meaning is behind all these sentences because it's really really advanced. And furthermore, you have to really be in the class to understand the atmosphere, to understand like what the teacher expects, what the professor expects. If you're just hiring some random person online that you don't know and they don't are not familiar with your class, your teacher, or what they expect, you can't expect the rewrite to be at the level that your professor wants. You know, and this is why I've always turned down it. Again, aside from the unethical nature of it, this is why I've turned down academic, you know, requests because I am not in the class with that person. I don't understand the rules or the expectations of the teacher and what they want. So it's so when I get the assignment, I just have to basically improvise like what is expected because the person who's hiring me, the student, doesn't really tell me much, and then if I do a bad job and they get a bad grade, then they're going to leave me a bad review. And it doesn't seem fair to me because again it's a complex situation. I'm not in the class, I don't know what the teacher wants. That's why I don't accept academic assignments. And then of course because it's not the right thing to do. um but god, it's just scary to me how many people want help or just not even help, they just want somebody else to rewrite the content, and they don't even want to write anything, right? They're not writing the original content. The AI's doing it, and then they're hiring a human to rewrite that. So they're not doing anything other than just paying some. uh, it's kind of scary. It's like, okay, if they're willing to pay hundreds of dollars to hire somebody, like the time that they must have spent working to earn that money, they could have spent working to do the work for this class, right? And then they probably would feel better about it too, because they actually did the work. And then it would help them later in their profession because they're going for this advanced degree to get an advanced job. Uh, so the moral of this whole video is if you're a PhD level student or any kind of student, doesn't not even PhD level, just master's student, undergraduate student, just take my advice. Don't use AI and don't hire a writer to do the work in any capacity, whether it's hiring a writer to do it directly or hiring them to rewrite AI generated academic content. Don't do any of that. It's not worth it. It's just going to create problems for you, and it's going to create problems for the writer because they're going to be held responsible for why you didn't get a good grade. So so just be honest when it comes to academics. It's so much easier. Don't cheat. Don't cheat. It's not worth it. All right, that's my little rant video. I just had to get this out because God, I get so many requests for academic rewrites. I can't stand it. Does anybody have any morals anymore? And even if you don't have any morals, it's still not going to work out. So, all right, don't expect a writer to understand what your teacher wants. It's not going to work. Okay, thank you. I'm done now.